Hold on to your hats, Cowboys fans. You're going to want to hear this, and trust me when I say it could change the entire landscape of the NFL for the Dallas Cowboys. We've just got breaking news that is shaking the football world. Miles Sanders, the dynamic running back formerly with the Carolina Panthers, is signing with the Dallas Cowboys in what can only be described as a blockbuster, historic trade. Yes, you heard that right. The Cowboys, in a move that no one saw coming, are bringing in one of the most talented backs in the NFL to help take their offense to the next level. But wait, is it confirmed? Can it really be true? Let's dive into all the details surrounding this trade and what it means for both Sanders and the Cowboys moving forward. You definitely don't want to miss what's happening here, so grab your popcorn, hit that like button, and let's talk about this huge move that's got everyone talking. First, let's take a step back and understand the magnitude of this trade. Miles Sanders has been one of the most explosive, versatile running backs in the NFL for the past few seasons. We first saw his potential with the Philadelphia Eagles, where he showed off his skill set as a fast, elusive back who could also bulldoze defenders when needed. But when Sanders moved to the Carolina Panthers, it was clear that his game had matured even further. He was able to take on a heavier workload, proving himself as one of the most consistent and reliable running backs in the league. So when rumors began to swirl that Sanders was on the move again, fans and analysts alike were speculating about which teams would land him. Some thought he might return to the Eagles, while others believed he could go to teams like the Dolphins, Falcons, or even the Rams. But no one, and I mean no one, saw the Cowboys coming in and stealing the show with a trade that will forever be remembered as a defining moment in the franchise's history. Now, let's talk specifics. This is a massive deal that not only gives the Cowboys an elite running back but also gives them the power to control the ground game in ways they couldn't last season. According to sources, Miles Sanders has officially signed a 5-year, $45 million contract with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, $45 million is already a hefty sum, but the kicker here is the guaranteed money, a $15 million signing bonus, ensuring that Sanders is going to be a fixture in Dallas for the long haul. If you're wondering how that affects the Cowboys' cap space, well, this deal seems to have been crafted in a way that allows Dallas to stay competitive while still locking in one of the most coveted running backs on the market. This makes it clear that the Cowboys are serious about going all in this season. It's not just a short-term acquisition, this is a long-term investment in the future of their offense. So, why would the Cowboys, a team that already has Tony Pollard, make such a bold move? It comes down to one thing: balance. The Dallas offense, while explosive, has often been too one-dimensional. Dak Prescott has had to rely on his arm and his receivers to keep the offense moving, and while that's worked at times, it's not enough to win consistently in the postseason. That's where Miles Sanders comes in. We all know Pollard is a dynamic playmaker, someone who can take it to the house from anywhere on the field, but Sanders brings a different style to the backfield. He's a true workhorse who can grind out the tough yards, control the clock, and keep opposing defenses honest. His ability to run with power while maintaining burst and speed is something the Cowboys desperately needed to complement Pollard's more electric style. Now, with Sanders in the mix, they've got a 1-2 punch that could very well become one of the most dangerous backfields in the NFL. But let's not forget about the impact this will have on the rest of the offense. When you think about it, Dak Prescott is getting a huge upgrade in his arsenal. The Cowboys have already surrounded him with a fantastic receiving core featuring CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Michael Gallup, and now, with Sanders in the backfield, Prescott has the perfect balance to work with. Instead of relying entirely on the passing game, the Cowboys can now ground and pound their way through defenses with a balanced attack. This should take a ton of pressure off Dak, giving him more time in the pocket and more opportunities to make big plays downfield. In addition, having a strong running game also keeps opposing defenses on their toes. No longer can teams just focus on stopping the pass, now they'll have to worry about Sanders and Pollard running wild on the ground. In terms of the NFC East, this trade is absolutely huge. The division has been one of the most competitive in recent years, with the Philadelphia Eagles emerging as one of the most dominant teams in the NFL. But with this trade, Dallas is making it clear that they're not backing down. The Eagles have had one of the most complete offenses in the league, but the Cowboys' new tandem of Pollard and Sanders could give them the edge they need to compete head-to-head. Philadelphia is going to have their hands full trying to defend against that running game, especially when you throw in the threat of Doc's arm and the speed of CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. But it's not just about the Eagles. The Giants and the Commanders are also teams that are looking to make strides in the NFC East, and adding Sanders to the Cowboys roster gives them a massive advantage in a division that often comes down to the wire. Of course, with every major trade, there's always going to be some skepticism, and not everyone is sold on the idea of adding Miles Sanders to the Cowboys. Some people are asking if Sanders can stay healthy. The running back position is notoriously hard on the body, and Sanders has had his share of injuries throughout his career. That's definitely a concern that the Cowboys will have to monitor closely. But when Sanders is on the field, there's no question that he's one of the most dangerous backs in the league. His vision, patience, and ability to hit the hole with speed and power are exactly what the Cowboys need. As long as he can stay healthy, this move could elevate the Cowboys to another level. In addition, some fans have pointed out that the Cowboys already have a solid running back in Pollard, so the question becomes whether they really needed to make this move. Well, in short, yes. Pollard is great, but he's not a true workhorse back, and he's never had to carry the load as the primary back for an entire season. By adding Sanders, the Cowboys are ensuring that they have a well-rounded and dynamic running back room that can handle any situation. Pollard can continue to be the lightning to Sanders' thunder, giving Dallas an offensive weapon that's tough to stop. Another thing to consider is how this affects the Cowboys' playoff chances. The team has consistently made it to the postseason in recent years but has struggled to get over the hump. With Sanders, Dallas not only adds a proven playmaker but also bolsters their chances of making a deeper playoff run. Sanders has shown that he can perform in big games, and his experience will be crucial in helping the Cowboys finally break through. The combination of a solid running game, a capable quarterback in Dak Prescott, and a star-studded receiving core gives the Cowboys as good a chance as anyone to make it to the Super Bowl. So, what does all this mean for the Dallas Cowboys? Simply put, this is a franchise-changing move. The Cowboys have always been a team with Super Bowl aspirations, and this trade could finally put them in a position to compete for a championship. With a 1-2 punch in the backfield, a potent passing attack, and a defense that's only getting stronger, Dallas is looking like a true contender in the NFC. The road to the Super Bowl just got a lot more interesting, and fans have every reason to be excited about the future. It's a new era for the Cowboys, and with Miles Sanders now on board, the sky's the limit. So, Cowboys fans, get ready to cheer on one of the most exciting, dynamic offenses we've seen in years. It's time to make a run at the Lombardi Trophy, and it all starts with this blockbuster trade.